the third a happy 55th birthday and the nation's 55 years of independence. Halala Mbangazitha, halala Eswatini.
The Joint Water Commission of the Kingdom of Eswatini and the Republic of South Africa, Board of Directors, Management and Staff of Komati Basin Water Authority join His Majesty King Mswati III, the Indlovukazi and the entire Eswatini nation in celebrating the 55th anniversary. Halala Eswatini, bayethe wena waphakathi.
The Council, Senate, staff and students of the University of Eswatini joined their Chancellor, His Majesty King Mswati III, the Indlovukazi and the entire nation in celebrating a happy 55th double celebration anniversary. Halala Mbangazitha, halala Eswatini, bayethe wena waphakathi.
Pep has everything and more for baby. Cuddle some Gentle Wipes 80s 3-pack, only $59.99 per pack. Or buy any 2 packs of Cuddle Some Value Pack nappies for only $259.99 and get a pack of 80 Gentle Wipes free. The lowest price for all things baby? We've got you, Mom. Life's better with Pep.
Bayethe wena waphakathi. Nkosi, Ndlovukazi, Mhlekazi. First and foremost, the Board of Directors and the Eswatini Electricity Company family would like to convey its well wishes to His Majesty the King Mswati III Ngwenyama for the Kingdom of Eswatini and Her Majesty Indlovukazi on the double celebration of 55 years of life for His Majesty the King and 55 years of independence from British rules. On the Golden Jubilee publication for the company, His Majesty made the statement that as we venture forward to attain the vision of being a first world country, reliable and quality electricity supply are essential towards this goal. As a company, we commit to the ideal expressed by His Majesty the King. We wish His Majesty Indlovukazi and the nation long life filled with peace and prosperity. Bayethe wena waphakathi. Nkosi, Ndlovukazi, Mhlekazi. The vision for the company is to become a major player in the energy sector development nationally and regionally. Our mission is to meet the needs of the customers in a sufficiently profitable and environmentally sound way through providing reliable and safe power supply of acceptable quality. Our values relate to service excellence, honesty and integrity, respect, and social responsibility. The EEC was established in 1963, 5 years before independence. It was one of the foundation institutions that would drive development and a prosperous economy. The common thread that can be observed in all developed countries is the level of energy usage per capita, in particular electricity. Since inception in 1963, the SEP, and later transformed to become a company through the Swaziland Electricity Company Act in 2007, has continued to be in the driving seat of the economy. Investments in generation, transmission, distribution assets has contributed immensely to the supply of safe and reliable electricity to all our customers. The generation fleet includes hydropower plants and solar photovoltaic plants with battery energy storage systems, both grid-tied and small off-grid mini-grid systems. Our transmission infrastructure has been developed judiciously across the country to provide reliable electricity at all major business areas. The distribution system has been developed to all parts of the country to provide at least 82% access of electricity to all the nation. Most importantly, though, is the investment made in the development of intellectual capacity within the company. Its training and development program has shaped the present demography of the EEC employees, which provides equal opportunities to all Eswatini across all disciplines. This has a positive impact on service delivery as each employee is motivated by the prospect of skills development. Over the years, the company has embraced digital technologies to improve its value proposition to customers. Initiatives such as the customer relations management tools, the USSD platform, and prepaid systems have enhanced the value proposition services to our customers. The use of modern digital platforms is used for planning for improved service delivery for all customers. Our utility digitalization programs and plans to increase local generations are designed to meet this ideal. Customers are now able to better plan their electricity usage through these digital platforms. To further improve the value proposition to all customers, the company has worked tirelessly to implement 3 standards measured by the International Standards Organization, ISO. These are quality standards, environmental management systems, and occupational and health, safety and management systems. These standards are part of the company's commitment to provide a high level of service to our customers in line with our vision, mission, and value statements. Bayethe, wena waphakathi. Nkosi, Ndlovukazi, Mhlekazi.
It has just gone 8 o'clock Central African time. Good evening and welcome to the news bulletin at 8. But you press Eswatini TV. I'm Sanpo Ngwan. I'm with Nomakabes Ngambule. We're coming to you live from the Hospital Hill Studios in Babane. And for our top stories at 8, let's take a look.
His Majesty King Mswati III says it is imperative that Maswati get to talk and address issues in a manner of respect and in a calm method whenever there are certain issues that need to be addressed. The Basotho King, His Majesty King Letsie III, has urged Maswati to individually and collectively use this time of the double celebration as a time of reflection. And His Majesty King Mswati III has called for a large-scale implementation strategy that will result in the implementation of new bilateral agreements between the Kingdom of Eswatini and the Republic of Taiwan.
And now the news in detail. His Majesty King Mswati III says it is imperative that Maswati get to talk and address issues in a manner of respect and in a calm method whenever there are certain issues that need to be addressed. The King said this over the years. The economy of the country has developed and the kingdom has been able to fight HIV and AIDS and has done an outstanding job on that part. His Majesty was addressing the nation during the double celebration that was held at Somhlolo National Stadium.
The year 1968 was indeed a blessing to the Kingdom of Eswatini, since during that year the kingdom received a beautiful gift from God through the birth of His Majesty King Mswati III in April, and in September the country got independence from the British. It is for that reason that the kingdom hosted a double celebration. The double celebration for the 55 years of His Majesty's birthday and independence was held at the Somhlelo National Stadium, whereby Their Majesties celebrated this occasion with the nation. The event was graced by Her Majesty the Queen Mother, Emakhosekati to His Majesty and the royal family. The ceremony was also attended by the President of the Republic of China on Taiwan, Her Excellency Tsai Ing-wen, the King of Lesotho, His Majesty King Letsie III, former President of South Africa, His Excellency Jacob Zuma, former President of Botswana, His Excellency Ian Khama, and many other dignitaries. Upon the arrival of His Majesty King Mswati III, sounds of jubilation and whistles were heard. After His Majesty's arrival, the King was welcomed with a national anthem, and the King was then asked to inspect the guard of honor thereafter. The Kingdom of Eswatini has made strides towards creating an environment that enables the achievement of economic development and the development of the lives of Emaswati. Since independence, the country has also improved in infrastructure development and in many other sectors of the country. Addressing the nation, His Majesty King Mswati III said, with this event, the kingdom has to reflect and look back into the country's milestone.
Imikhosi lenjena imikhosi lesenda sibuke emuva singeMaswati kwekuthi ngikuphi lapho sisuka khona bekunene. Nangisathanda ukuthatha lomkhosi sasime lapha 1986 bekunene la khona ngavele nangisathanza ukuthweswa lomthwalo ngasho siveni kwekuthi konke lesiyawukwenda sawuhamba ngemasiko, sihambe ngenhlonipho, sihambe ngekuthula, sihambe ngekumisela kwekuthi live libe sembili lihambe embili bekunene.
The king also revealed that the nation has been able to give His Majesty the gift of peace.
Siyabonga ke ngoba eMaswati nembala leso sipho asendile nasi sikhona siyasithokodela sithi sisive sonke sihlangene kanye kanye sonke sifanele siqhubeke sibambane sibe munye sakhe live la kaNgwane live litophumelela bekunene. Lokumqoka kuhlala noma ngabe kukhona le singakuboni ngeliso linye kuhlala phansi singeMaswati njengoba sikhuluma lulwimi lenye lunye lolwimi lesilikhulumako siyavana la kudzinga sihlale phansi khona ngemoya lomuhle umoya wekuthula sibonisane kwekuthi awu nasi ngenda kanjena sente njenganjena konke lesikwendako sikwende ngemoya wenhlonipho umoya wekuthula bekunene.
The bilateral relations between Eswatini and Taiwan have existed for 55 years. The President of the Republic of China on Taiwan, Her Excellency Tsai Ing-wen, congratulated the kingdom for this milestone.
I have great pride for everything you and your people have accomplished and how you have overcome difficult circumstances. Throughout it all, we have been proud to be an important partner to Eswatini. For more than 5 decades, this partnership has been the epitome of progress and development.
The Right Honorable Prime Minister Cleopas Dlamini expressed gratitude to His Majesty for being a great leader to Eswatini.
The nation appreciates your efforts in seeking only the best for your people. Siyabonga silo skulu imetamo yakho yekwenta konke lokusemandleni akho ukuthi sive sakho sibe ngilesiphila kahle.
During the celebration, there were a number of entertainment activities that were performed, which included the frills that were displayed, of which some of them were joined by His Royal Highness Prince Mukhandlo Wenkosi. Her Royal Highness Princess Buhlebedive also took part in wishing His Majesty King Mswati III well. There was also a display of the national flag and logo by the helicopter, which was part of the entertainment of the celebration, and many other displays. Another display that was witnessed is the release of 55 doves, which were released into the sky as a symbol of peace and stability. On the news, I'm Polile Mazia at Somhlelo National Stadium.
The Basotho King, His Majesty King Lwetsi III, has urged Emaswati to individually and collectively use this time of the double celebration as a time of reflection. The Basotho King further thanked the Almighty God for His mercy and protection of His Majesty King Mswati III and the people of the kingdom. His Majesty was speaking during the garden party that was held at Mandulo Grand Hall at Lozita Palace.
The garden party was blessed by the presence of His Majesty King Mswati III and Her Majesty the Queen Mother. Also present during the event was the King of the Basotho, His Majesty King Letsie III, former President of South Africa, His Excellency Jacob Zuma, former President of Botswana, His Excellency Ian Khama, former Deputy President of South Africa, David Mabuza, and other royal guests. During the speech from the throne at the official opening of the 5th session of the 11th Parliament, His Majesty King Mswati III disclosed that this year Eswatini shall have a double celebration. It is for that reason that Their Majesties, together with the entire nation, celebrates this milestone. The celebration this year kicked off with a garden party. His Majesty King Letsie III said it is very important that the kingdom celebrates this milestone and the visionary leadership of His Majesty. His Majesty also urged Emaswati to individually and collectively use this celebration as a time of reflection.
It is indeed fit and proper to celebrate these important milestones and to continue thanking the Almighty for His enduring love and grace. However, I would like to urge the people of the Kingdom of Eswatini to individually and collectively also use this time of celebration as a time of reflection. Hopefully, in that process of reflection, you will identify and appreciate both positive and negative experiences that the nation has gone through in the last 55 years, and use those experiences as lessons that will enable you to build a better future. A future where Amaswati will live together in peace, harmony, and shared prosperity. And a future where Amaswati will continue to embrace their distinct identity, culture, and traditions, guided by an increased sense of belonging and national unity.
His Majesty then proposed a toast and wished His Majesty King Mswati III wealth and prosperity.
Now the time has come to do the job I've been instructed to do, and without further ado, I would like to invite you all to charge your glasses and be upstanding, and join me in proposing a toast. Firstly, to the peace and prosperity of the Kingdom of Eswatini, and secondly, to the well-being and good health of Her Majesty Ndlovukazi, His Majesty King Mswati III, and all the people of the Kingdom of Eswatini. Cheers, Your Majesty. And may His Majesty have many more years. Long live Your Majesty. Thank you.
Her Majesty the Queen Mother, the King of Lesotho, former President of South Africa and Botswana, and other royal guests witnessed the cutting of the cake by His Majesty King Mswati III.
Lo mkhupho kusile wetingoti ngonyaka ihlethi nje usile tiyawuchitha tiyawukhobota uhamza abantu ushakana khona abantu banganaboya ngiyayithatha phile ngakawe emsakazaba lengayithatha ngikhweze phezu komdimba ngiyithatha ngikhweze phezu kwamadamata ehlambeni uze muze nemoya ofana semazulwini wena khotho ungamanga ezandinda muva ngaliphunga lenyama kuzobodwa amagugu yethu ungangoyanga mana njalo tholele nyathi mana njalo mlisa ayethe khula mlisa khula nzanzane live.
Through this double celebration, the Kingdom of Eswatini is celebrating a milestone and a visionary leadership of His Majesty. On the news, I'm Polile Mazia at Lozita Palace.
His Majesty King Mswati III has called for a large-scale implementation strategy that will result in the implementation of new bilateral agreements between the Kingdom of Eswatini and the Republic of Taiwan. His Majesty the King was addressing the President of Taiwan, Her Excellency Tsai Ing-wen, following the signing of new bilateral agreements between the two countries at Mandulo Grand Hall in Lozita.
President Tsai Ing-wen hit the ground running immediately after she landed in the country. From King Mswati III International Airport, the president proceeded to Mandulo Grand Hall in Lozita for bilateral talks with His Majesty the King. Talks between His Majesty and the president culminated into the signing of 3 groundbreaking memoranda of understanding in the sectors of women empowerment, energy, and local government. His Majesty the King is intentional about seeing the two countries reaping the benefits of the agreements.
We encourage both parties, both from Eswatini and as well as from Taiwan that these documents that we have signed, witnessed, I and the President have witnessed these particular programs that have been signed. Let us not just make this program a signing ceremony alone, but we need to make sure that these signing documents which we have, or a memorandum that we have signed, we transform them into meaningful participation.
President Tsai noted that the agreement set a new milestone in diplomatic relations between the two countries.
And we have a long history of working together to help each other. And the 3 agreements or documents that we signed today is a very significant event in our relationship. In fact, I think it sets the milestones for our future relationship.
The first memoranda to be signed was the setting up of a women's business start-up microfinancing revolving fund. The government of Taiwan has committed to providing approximately 19 million emalangeni to aid His Majesty's government in establishing the fund. His Majesty and the President also witnessing the signing of a sister city agreement between Kaohsiung City and Mbabane City. The 2 cities will work together to promote educational exchanges, youth development, agriculture, and tourism. Taiwan has also committed to facilitate the seamless realization of the strategic oil reserve facility through a memorandum of cooperation between Eswatini National Petroleum Company and Overseas Investment and Development Corporation in Taiwan. On the news, I am Sandile Makanya reporting from Manvulo Grand Hall in Lozita.
The President of the Republic of China on Taiwan, Tsai Ing-wen, has told the Mbabane Government Hospital Referral and Emergency Complex. The Minister of Health, Li Zingosi, says the hospital will soon digitalize information management system.
The Mbabane Government Hospital Referral and Emergency Complex was officially opened by His Majesty King Mswati III in 2021 October. The government of the Kingdom of Eswatini contributed 70 million emalangeni, while Taiwan contributes 318 million emalangeni. The President of China on Taiwan, Tsai Ing-wen, toured the complex on Wednesday.
那我们也知道，北医团队从2009年开始就开始投入斯瓦蒂尼的医疗服务。
The President says Eswatini-Taiwan ties are defined by successful cooperation across a broad spectrum of areas. The Minister of Health, Li Zingosi, says with technical assistance from Taiwan, the hospital will be introducing electronic information management system.
The Mbabane Government Hospital will soon, we hope, with the new officer from Taiwan, will soon migrate to digitalize management information systems. This will improve the service delivery and quality of care.
The Eswatini and Taiwan diplomatic relations dates back to 1968, whereas the 4-day visit of the President saw the signing of 3 MOUs on women empowerment, local governance and energy. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, I'm Samkal Suekoza with Simova Shongwe, Mbabane.
The Deputy Prime Minister, His Excellency Themba Nhlangani Masuku, has told African heads of state and government leaders at the African Climate Summit in Nairobi, Kenya, that the Kingdom of Eswatini is highly susceptible to the impacts of climate change. However, Eswatini have taken significant steps to combat this global challenge and that they are a leading voice in the Southern African region for climate action. Deputy Prime Minister is representing His Majesty King Mswati III at the summit.
Speaking under the theme Pioneering the Future of Nature in Africa, during the second day of the Africa Climate Summit, His Excellency the Deputy Prime Minister Themba Nhlangani Masuku delivered a powerful speech on behalf of His Majesty the King Mswati III and the entire Eswatini nation. The Deputy Prime Minister emphasized the urgent need for collective action against climate change. He underscored the importance of developing sustainable strategies to protect Eswatini's vulnerable communities, wildlife and natural resources.
The Kingdom of Eswatini introduced a national climate change policy which supports the development of a sustainable, climate resilient and inclusive low carbon green growth economy. The policy focuses primarily on the areas of agriculture and food security, water resources, biodiversity and ecosystems, tourism, energy and traditions and customs. The Kingdom of Eswatini is rich in natural capital with our vast tracts of land and various plantations, both commercial and community-based. Many of these are forests which serve as carbon sink to reduce the already minimal carbon emissions produced by the kingdom.
The Deputy Prime Minister also pointed out the need to use nature-based solutions in order to adapt to the adverse effects of climate change.
The Kingdom of Eswatini is currently embarking on the Big Five project, which seeks to bring together a number of big game parks in the eastern part of the country into one bigger park, conservation park. This will increase the protected area network from 6.25% to 9.3%, which is an increase of over 50,000 hectares. Not only will this help the kingdom move towards achieving target 11 of the Aichi targets, but will also ensure that animals have an area where they move and breed. This project will not only serve as a nature-based solution to adaptation, it also serves to drive economic growth, create jobs and enhance the livelihoods of the nation through its implementation, as well as by enhancing tourism within the kingdom.
Eswatini has been actively involved in renewable energy projects aimed at reducing reliance on fossil fuels. Eswatini has, as of 2018, developed the National Energy Plan, which has seen the country investing in solar and biomass energy. These initiatives help meet electricity demand and also reduce greenhouse gas emissions. In addition to renewable energy, Eswatini is implementing reforestation programs across the country, as evidenced by the 1 million tree planting campaign run by the Ministry of Tourism and Environmental Affairs. As the summit draws to a close, the Deputy Prime Minister is engaging with other African leaders to foster regional collaboration. And this provides evidence that the Kingdom of Eswatini is taking climate change seriously. John Molelekeng for Eswatini TV News in Nairobi, Kenya.
Welcome back. Now in the world of sports, we begin our sports roundup with the ongoing Trade Fair Cup, where the big guns keep on biting the dust. The latest defeat was from Mbabane Highlanders, who lost against Green Mamba by 2-1. The game was played at Mavuso Sports Center. Now that's all we had for you from the news desk. Before we go, here's a quick reminder of news-making headlines tonight.
His Majesty King Mswati III says it is imperative that Maswati get to talk and address issues in a manner of respect and in a calm method whenever there are certain issues that need to be addressed. The Basotho King, His Majesty King Letsie III, has urged Maswati to individually and collectively use this time of the double celebration as a time of reflection. And His Majesty King Mswati III has called for a large-scale implementation strategy that will result in the implementation of new bilateral agreements between the Kingdom of Eswatini and the Republic of Taiwan.
Beautiful Kingdom of Eswatini. We've hit the home stretch of the news bulletin at 8 here at Eswatini TV. Thank you so much for choosing to stay with us. We shall now cross over to the Weather Center for a detailed weather report from us and the rest of the team here at Eswatini TV. For now, it's a good night and God bless.